Iran is becoming a major arms exporter despite all the expectations that Tehran plans to buy high-tech weapons from its allies. Forbes wrote in an article, as the October 2020 expiration date of UN arms embargo against Iran loomed, there was substantial speculation that Tehran would seek to modernize its aged military arsenal by importing Russian hardware. A report released in the United States the year before reasonably speculated that Iran might seek Russian Su-30 fighter jets, S-400 air defense missile systems, and even T-19 main battle tanks. Tehran, however, proclaimed its desire to export military hardware following the embargo's expiration. As early as August 2019, a report in the Iranian press claimed that Russia had expressed interest in buying Iranian drones. Hi everybody, I'm Shafi, and in this new episode we're going to talk about how Iran's military progress is going to change its credit not only as a power but even as an exporter of arms. 3 years after that report, Iran is ramping up arms export of different kinds, especially drones, not only to its allied forces in Middle East, but out of this region to whoever wants it. The Guardian in April even claimed Iran was already supplying Russia with munitions and military equipment such as RPGs, anti-tank missiles and rocket launchers from its militia proxies in Iraq, and even donated one of its locally built Bavar 373 air defense system, Tehran's answer to the Russia's S-300. Such a sale could provide Russia with a substantive number of armed drones at a time when Moscow has depleted vast quantities of its munitions. We have already made another video on which drones is Russia planning to get from Iran. You could watch it here. Distinguishing itself as an independent exporter rather than an importer of military hardware would undoubtedly be a point of pride for most Iranians and also a source of great income for a sanction-hit economy. Rather than upgrading its aged conventional forces, especially its antiqued air force, Iran pushed ahead with developing indigenous armed drones as a part of its strategy of developing its asymmetrical warfare capabilities. Actually, the 1980s war with Iraq became the turning point for Iranians to start investing on their own potentials for growing homemade weapons. During 8 years of war, Saddam Hussein was supported by almost all powers around the world. Surprisingly, United States and Soviet Union alongside Europe all at once gave Saddam all kinds of weapons to target Iranian cities and citizens. That was when Saddam was still a friend for the United States before becoming a prey. Back then, Tehran understood it has to rely on itself, as no country was willing to provide any kind of sophisticated weapon, such as missiles or fighter jets. Iran lost more than 200,000 of its people in this bloody war that Saddam started just for its old-fashioned expansionist policies. And this has nothing to do with the Islamic Revolution or any other ideology. This was a big damage to the Iranian society, to the whole Iranians. Now, more generally, the relatively low price of Iranian weaponry makes it an affordable and desirable option for many. Considering low price and high efficiency, I believe in long term, even unfriendly countries to Iran could turn to Tehran for weapons. For example, Iran has had a not very warm relations with Tajikistan, especially in recent years, despite close cultural ties between the two nations. But then, Iran opened a factory to build its Ababil 2 drones in Tajikistan in mid-May. So Iran's potential in this will even pave the way for Tajiks to grow ties with Tehran. Tehran would also like an opportunity to compete on a big stage against Turkey's famed Bayraktar TB2 drone, which got yet another propaganda boost through its relatively successful use in combat by the Ukrainians. If Iranian-built drones in Russian service perform marginally as well, it could help boost sales. Although there is no Western propaganda for Iranian weapons and drones like the media support that Turkey gets as it's a NATO member. But the nature of this report that Russia, as the second biggest exporter of arms in the world, desperately wants Iranian weapons is enough to open new market opportunities for Tehran, which considers weapon sales alongside tourism as a good option to replace its already crippled oil export industry. Thanks for watching. We have dozens of other videos on similar issues on the channel, so don't forget to check them out, subscribe, and also to share this video with your friends.